Namaste. My name is JVN Rishi Gautam from Department of Communication, Department of Journalism. Today we will discuss about the process of human communication. The process of human communication. For over 60,000 years, men and women have been communicating, yet we still feel the need, perhaps more than ever, to find ways to improve these skills. According to numerous research studies, for your entire life, you have spent about 75% of each day engaged in communication. Therefore, you may be wondering why you need to study communication in the first place. Despite the difficulties inherent in ordinary communication, some researchers are attempting communication with an unborn child. Latner's work involves teaching babies in the uterus, thus giving them a head start on verbal ability and social skills. Parents talk to their children through paper megaphones directed at the mother's abdomen. Among other things, communication has been likened to physical well-being. Stewart indicates that socially isolated people are more likely to die prematurely. Divorced men die at double. Despite the difficulties inherent in ordinary communication, some researchers are attempting communication with an unborn child. Latner's work involves teaching babies in the uterus, thus giving them a head start on verbal ability and social skills. Parents talk to their children through paper megaphones directed at the mother's abdomen. Among other things, communication has been likened to physical well-being. Stewart indicates that socially isolated people are more likely to die prematurely. Divorced men die at double and normal rate from cancer, heart disease, and strokes. Five times the normal rate from hypertension, 5 times the normal rate from suicide, 7 times the normal rate from cirrhosis of the liver, and 10 times the normal rate from tuberculosis. Also, poor communication skills have been found to contribute to coronary heart disease and the likelihood of. Communication is also closely associated with one's definition of self. Reisenberg related the story of the white boar of Aveyron, who was raised by wolves. He developed no identity as a human being until he began to interact with humans. Individuals gain a sense of self-identity by being paid attention to and getting feedback from others. Also, a sense of identity and worth develops from comparing ourselves with others. Social needs are also satisfied through interaction with others. Hazlitt found that infants and children have a strong motivation to communicate because they recognize that communicating is a means of establishing relationships. The child learns primarily from the mother how to interact and to adapt. On-the-job communication is constantly cited as one of the most important skills in getting ahead. Muchmore and Galvin found that in a wide range of organizations, specific aspects of communication were indicated as having greatest importance. In the area of speaking skills, they were using words understood by others, pronouncing and grammar. What is human communication? Human communication is the process of creating a meaning between two or more people. However, the student defined this, that is, the use electrics or simple a prayer, that is communication with God. Some sensitives define the communication as the sharing of experience, and to some extent all living organisms can be said to share experience. What makes human communication unique is the superior ability to create and to use symbols, for it is this ability that enables human to share experiences indirectly and vicariously. Human communication is the process of creating a meaning between two or more people. A model of human communication. Modeling human communications helps us to explain the ways in which various component interacts. Figure 1.1 is a model of the most basic human communication event. It involves only two people. Initially, we shall call them communicator and communicator 2. Communicator 1, the sender, and communicator 2 means receiver. The receiver or sender. In actually, both are sources of communication and each originates and receives messages simultaneously. In addition, both parties are simultaneously being influenced by one another in the transaction. Communicator 1 may originate the first message and communicator 2 may be the first person to perceive the transmitted stimuli. But most of our daily communication activities are spontaneous and relatively unstructured, so that these are overlapping roles. The transactional view emphasizes that you change as a result of the communication event. Have you ever been drawn into an argument so intense that the more you told the other person how angry you were, the angrier you became? The reverse is also possible. If a man tells a woman how much he cares for her and goes out for his way to do something thoughtful for her, what is the result? Typically, he increases his feeling of closeness to her, even though she may not respond well to his gesture. The research on self